All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Not farm video today. Went to the doctor. We're getting older, and so we did our normal one blood checkup in a decade kind of thing, and got updated with my tetanus and all that kind of stuff. And the doctor says, well, you're not looking the greatest. You got to change your diet and get back to some basic, just your clean homemade meats, fruits, and vegetables, and no more fast food. And which is very difficult because I live on the road now for my day job, and I don't have to carry concrete or wrestle piling or shovel like a human mole anymore. So the hard work is gone, and you don't burn calories, and you're to that age now that everything just sticks to your body. It doesn't just shed away like when you were in your 20s and 30s, and it's frustrating. But I asked him if I'm healthy enough for sex, and on a good note, he said yes, as long as I don't participate. And so there's that. But no, so I got my little power rack so I can do bench pressing, incline kind of pressing stuffs, and I got my safety squat bar so I can work on squats, and the heavy bag so we can do boxing for our cardio kind of stuff and get back, be back to mean again. And the old elliptical machine, that was pretty nice. After I broke my ankle, I used elliptical for a lot of therapy there for a few months until I could start to walk again. And so I kind of like the elliptical. But yeah, so he says 30 minutes a day I have to start working out, 30 minutes a day. And that's tough, man. Who's got 30 minutes a day? Dear God. If I had 30 minutes a day, just think of how much more work I could get done. Jeepers Christ. But yeah, so I guess here we are. We gotta start doing some exercising, and so yeah. Well, I like deadlifts. Come with me if you want to lift. I like deadlifts. I can't do 1/10 of what I used to do. I'm tall and lanky, and they weren't a natural thing for me. But let's grab the deadlift bar, do some warming up, and then see where that goes. So I can feel my heart beating, and I can feel the stretch in my arm and my shoulder. I can feel my hand fatiguing. So feels good. It feels good. We'll do the other arm, and then we'll get after it. I do have not a lot of spine problems. Just over the years of working like that, I do have spine issues I have to be sensitive of. So for me, it's better off to do 135 pounds for them first 20 reps to get the heart going and stuff than to do 400 pounds for one rep. So I got to be careful and take my time, but we'll put 200 on the 205 on the bar and just do it for some reps. And just the whole point is just to get our heart elevated and see if we can't knock some of that cholesterol and bad stuff out of there. That feels good. I'll just rest, let that elevated heart carry for a couple minutes, and we'll do it again. I'm more of a lift and carry type frame, not a bench presser, but we're gonna do some sets on the bench press, probably more of an incline, to lift my boobs up and to bring some shoulders back and work on that kind of area, and we'll have some fun with it and go from there. Alright, so that went well. I only put 95 pounds on the bar, incline bench, first time in 20 years. Just did each set to fail. Some a very narrow grip, some a wide grip, and holy cow, you can feel it. You can feel it already. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get out of bed and be like, oh me. So, now our muscles are good and tired. Let's put up the heavy bag, bing, and glass jaw Joe right there. Let's put up the heavy bag and do some 50%, just jab, 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 jab for a couple hundred jabs, and then a couple hundred straight right punches, and switch it up, and then right jabs and left crosses, and see how that works out. Well, there we go. A little technical difficulties, but I got my first sweaty night in a lot of years that didn't come from the bedroom, and so I'll go to the farm and weld up a better plate or something to hold that bag up there, the heavy bag, so then we can start pouring the coals to it as we get better, and eat that, Bruce Lee.